hope I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in panic. Yeah, 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 yeah. After you, I'm afraid of feeling some too soon. Cling to what you're giving. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Yeah, 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 yeah. Paint away day and night, 6 hearts, hope I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pink. Oh, 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 Hey, I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. You, I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey, I just wanna change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. sun breaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Radiant in my world. It's about you. I would never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Would it matter if I had nothing to say? Would you want again what you could not change? It might be everything you hate. What up, people? I think the name is still the same. I would gladly take the blame. Behind a smile I can fade away. I can't remember myself. I can't remember myself. Oh, let's go. It's in the way. Tell me who could be. Let's go. Christmas Eve, our favorite pagan holiday. What is up, you pagan motherfuckers? Let's go. I'm pagan, I'm pagan, I'm pagan. I'm pagan, I'm pagan. Oh, that sounded funny. Sounds like I'm saying I'm pegging. A pagan holiday today. Fucking Christians, get out of my way. Tired of the Heritage Foundation having its hand up my ass. Oh, it's in the way. Tell me who could be who once eluded me. Yeah. Eluded me. You like this track? It's kind of cool. You could be anything. I'm tripping
go. What is up, people? Yeah, dude, I don't know. There's something up with my Stream Deck where it's having like limited communication with OBS. It's causing a technical glitch. So, but whatevs. We're finding our way. Let's go. Dude, that, like, there's a couple of weird fucking things going on right now, dude. Dude, that Trump call is so bizarre, right? The Trump call is bizarre. There's some other shit going on. There's some other shit going on with fucking, you know, Twitter, of course. With Elon, it's been kind of going on all week, but I'm noticing it again. Okay? I'm noticing it again today with Elon and what he's doing with like the news feed. Right? What he's doing in the news feed. You didn't see the Trump call? I didn't see the Trump call. I mean, I saw a clip of it. It's just more Trump fucking weirdness, man. More of that bizarre, Trumpy, gross. He's just gross, dude. He's gross. He is. But let's start with the Twitter weirdness. Okay, let's start there. We'll work into the Trump call as people pile in. But what we're going to start doing is we're going to start with the Twitter thing, okay? Because this is truly bizarre, all right? So look at my Twitter news feed, okay? We have these news feeds, okay? It's an AI generated. I don't know what you have if you're not, verified, right? If you don't have the blue check. Right, if you're not verified, if you don't have the blue check, maybe you don't have this. Dude, Mibs! Oh, shit, boss. Let's go, Mibs! Oh, shit. Dude, see, dude, it's not triggering my shit, boss. See, that I have a problem with, bro. Hold on. Now we got to figure this shit out. All right? Because it's not triggering my fucking hotkey. Right? All right, hold on. Dude, now we're gonna... Okay. All right, so let me fucking do this real quick. Give me a second here. Okay. All right. Dude, because if I don't have my things, bro, I'm gonna be a little upset about that. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Now I think we're done. There we go. Let's go. All right. Dude, I don't know why it was not letting me do that earlier. But now we're back. All right, let's go. Thank you, Mibs. Oh, dude. But now that one's not working. Do I have to do it with every fucking plugin? Oh my God, I have to do it with every plugin, bro? Oh, I see. All right, hold on. I see what's going on. I have to do it with every button, bro. Like, this is fucking annoying, dude. All right, hold on. Here we go. Dude, what are we doing, bro? This is crazy. All right. Give me 1 sec here. I'm getting my fucking buttons back, bro. All right, there we go. Oh, there we go. All right, wait, hold on, one more. Dude, this shit is fucking pissing me off. All right, that one's working. All right, let me see. The boing is working. Wow is working. Let me test my volume. And the volume's working now. All right. Dude, there must have been some update on the Steam Deck or something, Stream Deck, where it was just fucking with my shit, bro. But now it's working. Now we got everything. Everything's back in action. Stream Deck reconfigured. Dude, Mivs, thank you. All right, so, and there's something else I got to do here. That is, there we go. All right, let's go. Let's go. No fart button. No, unfortunately not, boss. Dude, the sound of farts is gross, dude. Who wants a fart button? You want a fart? I don't need a fart button. I am a real life fart button. All right, on stream, I'm no fart button. All right, there we go. That's how we're rolling with that. But anyway, dude, all right, so listen to me. Look at this shit. Okay, we gotta look at this Elon shit because Elon has been juicing this, guys, all fucking day. Okay, and the whole week of the Epstein files. So for example, guys, let me see here. If you look at this, I tweeted about this right here. Look at this. This was 5 days ago, 4 days ago, right? Where I said there's 1 million Epstein tweets and it's not even showing up on trending. Okay. And right. And I mean, look at this, guys. This was my thing while Epstein was blowing up, and every tweet on every timeline, whether it was my For You or my regular, was Epstein. But I would get on Twitter and the trending was like Louisiana, Jerusalem, Venom, right? And it wasn't even in the top 10 of trending, even though literally every tweet was Epstein, okay? But Elon was suppressing it, was making it seem like this thing wasn't trending, except when it was Bill Clinton. It would show Bill Clinton's name, right? But then you'd see something with like 3,000 tweets that was trending, and literally every single person on Twitter was tweeting about Epstein. And he's been doing this all week, dude. He is just completely conning us. And I guess part of me, this makes me a little nervous what's going to happen to TikTok, because they are trying to broker a deal right now. That's basically what J.D. Vance is doing. His entire job right now is trying to get TikTok sold to Larry Ellison, the guy who just bought CBS and Paramount. Now he wants to buy TikTok. He's making a bid for Warner Brothers. They're trying to prevent Netflix from buying Warner Brothers. I mean, they want Larry Ellison to control basically all the media he can, so the entire media can just be a Trump mouthpiece, right? That's literally what they're after. But dude, this is crazy. Now somebody else posted about how Epstein was on his trending in number 17. Well, I never once saw Epstein trending on my shit. It was like completely blocked. And then look at what happened tonight. Okay? Look at this tonight, guys. Tonight, it has new Epstein files show Clinton with Maxwell, an unidentified woman. But like, guys, look at this. 3,000 posts is what this is. 3,000 posts, but it's in the top of today's news about Epstein files and Clinton. But guys, that photo with Clinton and Maxwell and the unidentified woman, which we know who it is, it was Sarah Kellen. That was the pool photos. That was from the 19th. That was literally last fucking week, bro. That was last week. And now nobody is talking about it, but he's putting it at the top of the news feed. And what's more, when you go in there, what he's trying to pump is he's trying to pump this article. Okay, look at this article. Opinion. We can't trust Democrats. They're giving Bill Clinton a pass. Okay, now we got to go down this rabbit hole because I think this is really interesting, this US day-to-day piece. Because first off, I love what Tony Posnanski says. He says, there is literally no one I know that is giving Bill a pass, not even Bill, who asked for every document to be released. Shut the fuck up, right? Thank you, Tony Posnanski. Okay, but dude, you gotta see who wrote this. Wait till you see who wrote this. All right, if we click through to this article, this incredible fucking trash opinion piece that says, what does it say? It says, we can't trust Democrats. They're giving Bill Clinton a pass. Opinion, okay? And it says, I'm not saying that Trump has been wholly vindicated or that his character is unvarnished, but I am saying that Clinton has been implicated far more than Trump. Where's the outrage? Now, first off, Clinton has not been implicated far more than Trump. Okay, Trump has way more connection to Epstein up, down, and sideways than Clinton ever could. But like, what in the hell, Sam hell is this? But guys, you ready? You got to keep looking here because this is crazy. So we look at Nicole Russell. We click on her. She's an opinion columnist from Texas. Okay, but now let's go look at her Twitter. Okay, when you look at her Twitter, though, right, Christian mom Texan. Now it gets better. You go down here and look at what her pinned post is. Her pinned post is, please open the schools. In July of 2020, in the middle of the fucking beginning of the pandemic, she's begging for the schools to open. Okay, that's her pinned piece. But then look at her post, dude. Not a single fucking like on this thing, guys. Not one like, right? Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Dude, not even one like, man. Dude, she's got 7,000 followers. And nobody has like even responded to this post. She's basically just getting hammered in the comments. You didn't quote a single Democrat. Nobody has said any of this shit. Oh, fuck off, right? Me, when I close my pen, you're a disgusting, soulless husk of a person. Dude, she's getting savaged. Dude, oh my God, dude, she is getting like savaged. Are you fucking dumb? Right? Dude. Dude. Right? Oh my God, it's so crazy, dude. Dude, she is just getting like hammered by this thing, dude. Your premises are hogwash. Dude, oh my God, dude. This is funny. Dude, she is just getting pummeled. But what's funny about this, though, guys, is when I scrolled down her page, right, she had something about Jasmine Crockett, but then the rest of her fucking Twitter is just kind of this weird Zionist shit, okay? It's like this weird, she's like a weird Zionist, right-wing, Trump-supporting Christian, okay? And that is like bizarre. Okay. I mean, she's obviously a super Trumpy for her to write that, for her to write that thing. But she is like very upset with Candace Owens, Tim Walz, and Bill Clinton. That's her, and Jasmine Crockett, right? Other than that, she's just polishing the Trump knob. But man, I thought that was pretty funny. Isn't that funny? Dude, that shit is funny, bro. Dude, why do they always look like this, guys? Why do all like the anti-vaxxer Christian women that are ready to, fillet the 80-year-old Trump, like, why do they always look like this? Like, what is it, man? You know what I'm saying? Your ex-wife looks like this? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boss. Good that you got out of there, though, right? It's like, dude, it's like the Bible eyes and the gums, bro. Like the Charlie Kirk gums with some Bible eyes, bro. Oh, dude, dude, what is it? Like, you know what I mean? Dude, it's crazy shit. But that's the big opinion piece. Dude, fetal alcohol syndrome, it's a possibility, boss. It is a strong possibility, right? But, like, look at this, though. It says it's almost Christmas, and Democrats are the gift that keeps on giving to those of us who have known this whole time they don't have what it takes to run this country. But, like, dude, all right. Yeah, you guys who've been running the country for 11 months and have done exactly nothing, right? Except shut the government down, right? Days before the most wonderful time of the year, several news stories reveal why, even though the Republican Party is having its own internal struggle, the Democratic Party hasn't been able to regain ground or increase Americans' trust. But it's like, hello? Did you not? She didn't look at the election that happened like 1 month ago, right? Where the Democrats just stomped. They have won everything. Jay Jones ran on a platform of like, right? The Republicans said he was trying to murder their children, and he won by like almost 10%, right? They were literally saying Jay Jones is going to murder your kids, and the Dems still won that election. Dude. Oh, man. Right? Oh, my God. Dude, is so funny. Right? Yeah. But she's like, they show photos of Clinton photographed with Epstein. Oh, my God. Right? She's like, oh my God. Dude. Oh. Dude, and then she's got Tim Walz in there, right? I don't know what Tim Walz has to do with this, right? Oh, I see. So look at that, right? So what she did, though, is she starts off with her Epstein thing, but she couldn't hit the word count with the Clinton thing. So then she had to go into Biden's DOJ targeting Trump, right? She's hitting all the greatest hits. Biden's DOJ targeted Trump when Trump stole classified documents and moved them and refused to give them back. Okay, then she's like, oh, Medicaid fraud. So now she wants to talk about Tim Walz. All right. And then she's like, oh, my God, no wonder Democrats are so unfavorable. But hey, we won the election and we're going to win in 26 too. But my God, dude. Yeah. So, I mean, dude, it's hilarious, bro. Christian mom, Texan. Dude, I mean, that is literally right there. That is like the trifecta of like brain deadedness right there, isn't it? I mean, the mom, I'll give her the mom, but Christian and Texan, right? Mom, it's a tough job. Being a mom is a hard job, all right? I'm not going to give any mom shit because being a mom is a hard job. It's a fucking thankless job, right? So we'll give her credit. But dude, Christian from Texas, like, bro, that's bottom feeder. You know what I mean? I bet she was conceived in a Cracker Barrel parking lot, boss. I just had an ICE commercial broadcast. Yeah, well, you know what, Frost? I'm sorry if you have to sit through the ICE or the right-wing commercials, but I look at that shit like this. You ready for this, guys? Let them run those commercials on this channel, right? Like, what a waste of their commercial money. Is it, right? You know what I mean? Like, when you think about it, I think it's amazing that let them run all the ICE commercials they want here because it's only going to fuel the fucking revolution, right? You know? Like, what are they going to do, boss? Yeah, we'll take their money. I mean, that happens to me all the time. I get like advertised alcohol, but like, dude, I've been sober almost 20 years. And so I get alcohol advertising all the time. I'm like, dude, the AI is really off their rocker on this, right? You can block the ad server on your PC. Yeah, but you don't really want to, you don't really want to block the ads. I mean, you want to like deal with the ads because that does help your favorite YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, doing the ad block, while it may be nice, it's like ultimately, if everybody that watched us used ad blocks like that, we would be fucking broke and none of us would be able to have a channel. You know what I mean? So I say suffer through them, right? Take one for the team. But yeah, no, there are ICE commercials. Guys, I mean, it goes beyond ICE, right? Like, look at this. You ready for this? You want to see something crazy? Okay, is this, okay? And yeah, so the thing is though, Bradshaw, is I can't watch that 𝗙cie thing because CBS will most certainly strike me for it. So I know it's out there, but we're not watching it on stream because CBS is gonna they would have a fit. They're actively fucking trying to harm people around that shit. So yeah, put it in Discord. You guys can go watch it, but I'm not watching it. If I was on Twitch, I would watch it because I'm sure Twitch you can get away with it. But on YouTube, they're striking everybody. They removed it and shit. They fucked it up. But dude, we got to look at Harmeet real quick. Okay, I call her Fivehead. She is so nasty. This woman, dude, is so nasty. But she is the assistant AG. But look at, yeah, dude, I always call her Fivehead in the comments because she has a really, she has a really difficult hairline, right? It's right up there with mine, boss. Dude, she doesn't like me. She actually muted me on her main account because I was being particularly nasty one day and she and I got into it. But she can't mute me on her government account. But harder than gold. Dude, but look at this. Look at what I want to show you here. Dude, she is such a weirdo, bro, with her fucking giant forehead, and she always tries to wear like mini skirts and stuff. She is freaky. But this, right? I want to show you something here. Let me find it. There was a tweet she did that was really amazing. Okay? That shows you where the Trump admin is at. Okay? It is right here. Look at this. Wait, maybe it was in this. Yes. Look at this. Okay? Look at this shit. Okay? Look at this here. Want to fight DEI, pushed by woke schools, governments, and employers. Protect U.S. workers from cheap labor. Defend faith. Keep boys out of girls' spaces. We're hiring lawyers. Help us enforce the law for all Americans. Now, dude, they have to go on Twitter, okay? Their administration is so shit, is so unworthy, is so like nobody wants to work for them that they all have to shill on Twitter every single day, okay? To get lawyers, to get workers, to fill people in their administration. Now, what's unusual about this, guys, is because normally somebody becomes president, right? Like if Kamala Harris had become president, there would have been 10,000 lawyers clamoring to get into her DOJ. Okay? When Barack Obama won the election, there was a line down the block for every position in that government of people who wanted to work in his DOJ, they wanted to work in the administration, some government agency. Like, it was like people were clamoring for the job. But in the Trump DOJ, in the Trump administration, they have to advertise on Twitter, like, hey guys, you want to work? You want to like be a bigot with us? Please apply within. Please apply the USA jobs. Dude, they have nobody, bro. They have nobody. Like, nobody wants to work with them. No lawyer that is worth a salt wants to work with these people because they're total fucking degenerates. Okay? They don't respect the law. They don't obey the law. They don't respect the Constitution. They know that they'll get thrown under the bus instantly. They'll probably get asked to do some shit that's illegal or unethical. They may risk getting disbarred working with these people. And dude, this is what's so crazy, okay? It is so crazy. Look at this guy. What if I didn't graduate law school? Can I still apply? Dude, like, whoa, that's so funny. Dude, isn't it funny? Oh my God, bro. It is hilarious, right? It is hilarious that they're in here. Dude, they're just looking for whatever. Dude, pretty soon it's just going to say like, can you spell the word law? Hi, America. Do you know what the law is? Have you heard of the Constitution? Would you like to come be a civil rights attorney? Right? Oh, dude, it's hilarious. That is hilarious that they can't even find people to work for them, man. We want you, dude. She's still pumping it, dude. She is pumping it, right? Oh, that's hilarious. Dude, and look at what she's doing. She's suing Minnesota schools for anti-white discrimination, okay? Because the teachers were trying to find underrepresented communities to be represented in their schools. And so the Trump admin, Fivehead here, is suing for anti-white discrimination. Like, yikes. I mean, I don't think the lawsuit's going to get very far, but I think they're just trying to get an inroad. Like, if you know anything about 𝗏𝗏, so back when I was a gamer, I covered this case against Piper Raquel. She's a YouTuber, and a bunch of the kids that worked with her, their parents like sued the mom, and it was like a like, you know, they were making claims that she was sexually harassing people and you know, trying to like fuck up the kids' YouTube channels and all this crazy shit. But it was one of the cases that was brought by 𝗏𝗏, and she's done other cases about guns and about abortion. But her entire law practice was taking these really obscure cases about abortion or guns or LGBTQ rights or something to do with sex. And then they try to get it in the court hoping for a favorable ruling, okay? Or hoping for a negative ruling that offers some opportunity for a favorable appeal, because what they do is they like to take any sort of like religious liberty sort of case they can, and they're trying to run it up to the Supreme Court. Exactly. The precedent setters. They are literally just looking like, we're going to file 10,000 religious liberty cases, and we're going to hope we get one of them up to the Supreme Court so Trump's, you know, Heritage Foundation, you know, Supreme Court people can rule on it, and then maybe have a weakening of some already established law. That's essentially what it is. That's what they do. That's what they do. They do it all over the place. Like, oh, anytime Oh, right. They hired a black teacher, anti-white discrimination. Let's fucking run with it. And they chase. They're ambulance chasers trying to get some law overturned or weakened so it can be overturned down the road. Some previous, court ruling. It's really crazy. It's really, dude, it's exhausting, really, when you think about it. I mean, I will say this. If you know young people that are looking for the career to go into, I feel like the law is the career that's going to be for the next 20 years, 25 years, the law, and particularly constitutional law, is going to be a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of work in constitutional law for the next 20 or 30 years, man. It's going to be the new computer programming without a doubt, because it is everything's being run through the courts right now. Dude, unbelievable how much money is going into that shit, dude. Unfucking believable, boss. Just unbelievable, bro. Yeah, with the student loan restrictions. Yeah, so what is up with those loan restrictions? Does that just make it harder to get money? I mean, that's the hard thing though now, is you're not going to get a law degree without like 250 grand in student loan debt, right? 300 grand. It's going to be a lot. But yeah, man, that's where we're at, guys. Hold on one sec. I need to look at something real quick. Or fucking let a tune play while we're doing this.
It's what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. 'Cause I will drown in pain. Hey, I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating.
All right. Dude, the DOJ is hiring, baby.
I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant.
All right, we're back. Let's go. Dude, that's a good song, man. That's one of the better songs I ever wrote. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, dude, them garnishing, right, wages for student loans is brutal, bro. It is brutal, 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 brutal. All right, let's look at the Trump phone call, shall we? All right, we started off with that little Clinton bit. I mean, obviously, there's a full-scale cover-up happening, guys. Okay? Like, no doubt that what we're dealing with, what we are dealing with the Epstein files is a full-fledged, like a full fucking fledged cover-up. Okay? What happened to our dance goal? We didn't set one. Dude, I can start a dance goal. I hadn't started one yet. Dude, although Mivs fucking kicked us off in huge fashion. Dude, 𝗙𝗍𝗆𝗆 with the membership too. I didn't even see that one. Dude, let's go, 𝗙𝗍𝗆𝗆. Let's go. Yeah, no, we can start a dance goal right now. Fuck it. Let's go, dude. Dude, $20 or higher. Just kidding. Kidding. Right? It's Christmas dance goal. $100 or higher. 20 of them. Let's go, dude. Oh, shit. That would be the unmet goal. There it is. There it is, dude. All right, let's go. 𝗙𝗍𝗆𝗆, let's go. You're thinking about ICE just to be a ringer? You should do it. Dude, let's go, 𝗙𝗍𝗆𝗆. You should do it. So, I think that would be great. I think it would be great to get in there and like try to break it down from the inside. They're using the files to distract from them declaring war on Europe. Yeah, dude, the Europe shit is crazy. Okay? It is crazy. Why? I mean, we know why. We know that Trump is essentially, like doing Putin's bidding. Okay? And I mean, it's about money, right? Trump has gotten money from Russia for like the last 20 years. Okay, literally, the only place Trump has been able to get money for the last 20 years has been either Russia or the Middle East. Okay, and only these dictatorships that are, smarmy, dirty money. That's the only place he's been able to get money for like 20 fucking years because he's so unreliable. So yeah, he's going to sell out all of Europe. He wants to end NATO, right? And like give Putin sort of free reign and in exchange for like fat cash. Dude, Nuggy, let's go. It's so disturbing. I mean, it's really fucking disturbing, guys. Like it's like sometimes you hear him talk about foreign policy and it's like he is literally, he couldn't be working for Putin more, obviously. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't be working, he couldn't be fucking, right? He couldn't be, he couldn't be, more obvious as a plant. Okay. And now though, I mean, they're doing the same thing there though, that they're doing here, right? Where they're trying to advance nationalism. Like they're trying to advance white nationalism in Europe as well. Okay. So they've been building a narrative of like Islam invaders. That's what they basically call it. Like if you talk to people who live in Europe, right? Like most of the people who live in Europe are not like troubled by a lot of the immigration that's happening, but they're propagandizing it the same way they're doing it here, right? They're trying to make it like trying to make America's fucking, like trying to make America turn against, the Somalis or turn against people from other faiths or what have you. It's like a huge push for all of these right-wing governments to try and like feed into it, You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, dude, so, I mean, here's the thing about like when you say about Sharia law or whatever that is, I don't even know what that is about, but like, let me just tell you this, guys. There are religious fucking like communities in America. Okay. There's one in Portland, right? Where the people live under biblical rules in their little community. You know what I'm saying? So like, who cares, right? If you have a community of people that are living somewhere and you know, they're living in a suburb somewhere and those Muslim people want to live their life under Sharia law, like, who cares? They're allowed to. This is America. You're allowed to have a community. You can have a Jehovah's Witness community. You can live like Eureka Springs, like my sister did, in a community where they were all devout, like tongue-speaking Christians. And they had their own rituals and shit. And like, who cares, right? You're allowed to do that shit. You know, at the end of the day, though, I think that stuff should be out of our lawmaking, though. You know, there shouldn't be people in the legislative body in the states or in the federal government, like holding up a Bible and starting to pass biblical laws. But man, if communities want to live under whatever, they can do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? You know, I think like, you know, the way people live at home is like, there's really, you can't stop people from how they live at home, boss. Matt, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, Christians are hitting their kids and indoctrinating their kids with nasty religion. They're sending their kids to gay conversion camps and shit like that, but you can't prevent them from doing it in the home or in their communities, right? You know, they can't do it in public life, but what people want to do in their homes and their communities, they're allowed, man. You know, I just don't have the fear of like that shit, right? I don't have the fear of other religions like doing their thing. Now, the day that like cities are passing Sharia law, then we can talk. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The day that like a city starts like, you know, the day that New York City says we are now operating under Sharia law, at that point, I'll have a problem with it. But if, you know, a bunch of people living in Dearborn want to live in their community under Sharia law, they're allowed to. Guys, we have religious freedom here. And it doesn't matter if you don't like the religion. Sorry that you don't like the religion and sorry that it's offensive, but they're allowed to. Okay? They are allowed to, right? You know, I wouldn't live there, but people are allowed to. We have religious freedom here, guys. We have religious freedom here, guys. You know? And I'm sorry if you struggle with that related to Islam. I do not. You know, I mean, I disagree with that shit, but I disagree with Christianity too. You know, Mormons, exactly. I mean, the thing about it is Mormons can't practice polygamy by law, but they do it. They do it, man. You go to southern Utah and the Mormons are breaking the law, guys. They do it. And nobody's calling for them to be like attacked by the FBI because it's not like Islamophobia, but they break the law, dude. The Mormons do. They live completely outside U.S. law. So do the Amish. Like, bro, there's all kinds of religions that do it here. Mormons, Mennonites, the Amish. There are many religions that live outside the law. And guys, can I just tell you? You ready for this? Let me cue you in, guys. Okay, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a neighborhood in southern Brooklyn where the Jewish community has their own police force, guys, in their neighborhood. Okay, there are Jewish communities in New York City, in Brooklyn. They have their own police force. Okay, they literally don't even have NYPD in that neighborhood. They are policed by their own Orthodox police force. So like, guys, you know, you like your thing about like whatever's with Islam, you kind of got to get over it because we have plenty of religious groups that operate in their own way here, you know what I mean? And like, it's part of our freedom, right? Yeah. The Hasidic Jews, dude, it's fucking wild, man. Now, again, you know, it's like when it moves outside of a community and it moves into like cities and shit, that's when you get like, that's when I have a problem with it. But I don't have a problem with communities living how they want. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I agree with you though. I agree with you that religion, shouldn't have a place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish we didn't have religion to begin with. But guys, I'm not going to apply, like, my thing is this, okay? And let me be clear with this, okay? That like for me is I'm not going to apply any like rules or regulations or restrictions on Muslim people that I wouldn't apply on Mormons and Jews and Christians and fucking Hindus and everything else. You know what I'm saying? And so that's me, right? You guys are allowed to have your own feelings about it. But for me, like, I grew up but the thing is though, again, Matt, I don't care, right? It's like, if they do it in their communities, they're like allowed to. Dude, circumcision is genital mutilation, bro. Like, come on, boss, right? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't agree with that shit, but if they're practicing that shit, like, what are you gonna do? You can't fucking, right? If we're going to do that, then we got to stop the Christians from hitting their kids too, You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I want my tip back as well. Dude, I do care if a child is fucking mutilated. But Matt, again, we have religious freedom here, boss, right? And so the Islamic people get the same freedom that the Hindus and the Jews and the Mormons do. You know what I'm saying? And like, dude, I feel like you're also like, you're really feeding into some fear shit, boss. You got some Islamophobia to look into there, buddy. Right? But dude, yeah, I mean, but I grew up though in LA where there were a lot of different religious communities. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but we have religious freedom here. We do. And that's a thing. Right? But so anyway, can I just tell you, I had an experience though today that was really amazing. So I got my car towed. Okay. I got my car towed and dude, you ready for this? So my car got towed to the shop. Okay. And the guy who did the tow truck was from Afghanistan. All right. And you ready for this? All right, you remember the dude who shot the National Guards people? That guy who was living up in Bellingham, Washington? He was one of the freedom fighters in Afghanistan who was helping the U.S. government. And then Trump let the Taliban back in power. And so a bunch of them came over here and they got asylum. And that guy ended up losing his job. And the government kind of like stopped doing his check-ins and eventually he sort of lost it and freaked out. Okay, well, this guy, my tow truck driver, was one of those guys. I mean, he didn't know that guy, but he was one of the Persian people from Afghanistan that were helping the U.S. And then after Trump, no, he didn't know that guy, but after Trump let the Taliban back in power, what I didn't know is there's two primary languages, okay, in Afghanistan. And the Persian-speaking Afghanistan people are the ones that helped the U.S. And the Taliban have their own language, right? And so what they did was after the Taliban got back in power, the Taliban went looking for anybody who spoke, right, the Pashto is the Taliban. And so what they did was, after the Taliban got back in power, they just started killing any guys that spoke fucking Persian. They would literally find Persians and kill them. And so that's why they came to America. And so this guy was telling me the story of coming here. And dude, it's crazy, bro. It was crazy shit. But he was lamenting how he fucking can't go home. And how, like, they were killing everybody. And he was so happy to be in America because of the freedom that existed over here for them. Like, for them, America, even though there's like oppression here, it feels like not even oppression. Like even the Islamophobia they deal with feels like not as bad as the oppression they experience in their home country. Isn't that crazy? That shit was wild, dude. But it was really interesting to talk to him. He was really nice. And he was telling me about Pakistan. Dude, there's a lot of unrest there, man. Dude, a lot of unrest. Unfucking believable, boss. But so that, can you imagine though? Can you imagine like having it be like that here? Like, I don't know. It's a weird, a part of me can sort of imagine Christians wanting to like lock up non-Christians, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, and yeah, dude, waging war for 10 years just to abandon them is pretty wild. The abandonment. And then, they gave the Taliban 5,000 prisoners back. I mean, it was really bad. Those guys fought. I mean, they fought for more than a decade, hoping that they were going to have a government. And the thing he said too, though, the major problem that hit Afghanistan that I didn't realize, that makes sense. But he said basically what happened was the United States, during that battle to oust the Taliban, the United States invested a whole bunch of money, right, into like establishing a government. But all the people in that government just sort of pocketed the money, and they never set up any of the governmental infrastructure. The money that the U.S. gave Afghanistan for schools, everything, roads, all the money just got swiped by the government people that were installed. And then none of that money got spent on the country. And then the Taliban like took control again. And so the people fought for nothing, right? They went like side by side with the U.S. and they fought for like 15 years for nothing, man. Merry Christmas. Let's dance. Let's go, 𝗙𝗏𝗄𝗧. Let's go. There it is. Let's go. Dude, yeah, crazy. It sucks, dude. Dude, it is depressing. But it was really interesting, because I was sort of peppering him with questions about like Iran and how they feel about Iran over there, and like how like Iran gets portrayed here, and like, apparently like Afghanistan and Pakistan are like have some issues. They don't like Pakistan, right? Pakistan has been like helping like finance their demise or helping the Taliban a lot. Dude, yeah. I mean, I saw somebody say earlier that like they hate all religions, and I'm with it, dude. I'm with it. I wish we had an age of consent, guys. That's what I think America needs, for no matter what religion, right? Doesn't matter if you're Jewish, Christian, Islam, whatever. You can't expose kids to it until they're 16, right? I think that would be amazing. Let kids reach an age where they can consent to participate in religion, and then you can't expose them to it before then, because, using religion as a weapon on children, it's brutal. It's like brainwashing. It is brainwashing, dude. Yeah, dude, I mean, I guess I didn't know this. I don't know much about the India-Pakistan situation, but this guy was saying that Pakistan has like been deeply funding Afghanistan's demise, and they've been one of the main like elements behind propping up the Taliban and helping fuel the Taliban's like spree on killing all the Persian speakers in Afghanistan. And and he's like was really upset about that, because apparently it wasn't always that way. Like Pakistan used to be like Pakistan used to be like the vacation spot. It used to be this beloved vacation spot for them. And now it's turned into like you said, a terror funding, right? You know what I'm saying? And he was so, I mean, it was just really interesting to see him, like, it was interesting to see this guy talk, okay? You know why, guys? Because one of the things that's really hard about America, about us, is we have our opinions on everything, right? Americans, like, we have such strong opinions about the genocide or about wars and battles and the Taliban and governments and all this shit, our involvement globally. We just are finger waggers and we have so many opinions, but you know what we don't have, guys? We don't have the experience of living in war, okay? And so, like, talking to this guy and seeing this guy was like in his 40s, okay, mid 40s. But this man who's 10 years younger than me watched like his beloved childhood vacation spot that he used to go to become like a terror funding state, to where he ended up at war in his home country for half of his life and then abandoned by the people who started that war. And then he had to flee his home country because of the terror funded by the place he used to go on family vacations to. And he had to like rescue his family by getting them out of there to come to a brand new country and learn a new language, you know, in his late 30s, you know, or whatever, in his mid 30s. And like, dude, we don't relate to that. Like, we send our military over to fucking, you know, Venezuela and Afghanistan and Iraq and wherever, and we fund Israel to like drop all these bombs, but we don't walk outside and watch a missile hit a fucking grade school. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the smell of dead bodies in our neighborhood after a bunch of missile strikes. And then we have to like send our kids to school wondering if a missile is going to hit their fucking school, right? We don't have we never have to taste the reality of our actions, of our imperialism. We are like imperialists, and we go out and we fuck up everybody else's world. And then we sit here and judge and wag the finger and get all self-righteous with our religion or our money or our whatever, our capitalism. But we never see and taste and smell and experience the downstream effects of like the horrors we cause around the world, man. And you know, talking to this man today for like 20 minutes and seeing him, like, it's like you could see it in him, right? You could see that, like, wow, man, this guy has like seen the harm that America perpetuates. And what's more, he comes here to escape it. And now I was being very honest with him. I'm like, dude, I hope the Trump admin doesn't try to deport you. Like, they're kind of after everyone. But he was pretty convinced that the guy he knows in the office that he reports to is like on his side. So for now, he feels like totally safe and like he's not going to get the boot. But, you know, and it could possibly be a who you know. But it's just wild how like these people, we go and fuck up their country. We go and destroy their lives. And then when they come here, we're like, whoa, like, why do you want to come here? Right? You know? And dude, Gypsy, there you go. Gypsy said, unfortunately, Tommy, I do have the experience of living in war in Bosnia and Croatia. So I took EMDR and plus months in Palestine. Good for you, Gypsy, though. I'm so glad you got fucking, you know, I'm so glad you got the EMDR. Like, I'm sure that was like helpful. But yeah, man, it's pretty wild. Okay. Sure, the owner doesn't want to draw attention to his towing company. Well, so what he is though is like he's an independent contractor. You know what I'm saying? He is, right? Like, he just owns his tow truck. I learned a lot about towing too, right? But yeah, man, it was really great. I don't know. I was really fucking, you know, I was really thankful to cross paths with him, you know, and like, you know, like, I don't know, man, you know, because because I was thinking about how, you know, one of the chief tenets, okay, let me just tell you, like, my relationship with my son, who's 20, my son was born, you know, post 9/11, okay? And one of the main tenets of my relationship with my son as he grew into his, you know, political leftism was him constantly hammering me on my, like, Islamophobia, okay? That I didn't try to have Islamophobia, okay? It wasn't something I sought out. I never consciously thought about, ooh, Muslims. It was like programmed from a kid, from Ayatollah Khomeini and the takeover of Iran and, you know, 9/11 and the post 9/11 shit. And then me not ever really knowing a lot of Muslims, right? Was in a Jewish fraternity. I knew a lot of Christians. I knew some Hindus and Buddhists, but I never like was in a Muslim like area. They're right. You know what I mean? Like there were a lot of Armenians in Glendale, but they weren't, none of them were Muslims. Okay. They were all, I think they were Catholics or Christians. So I knew Persian people, but I didn't know, I knew Persian people and I knew Armenian people. I didn't know any Muslim Persian people though, which was really interesting. And so I didn't realize that I had a programmed, like Islamophobia bias that was just in there. You know what I'm saying? It was just in there. Yeah. And a lot of it, you know, a lot of it is like how I think some of it was our programming that allowed us to be defenders of Israel. Okay. Right. Because they made it seem like the Muslims were the natural enemy of like like if you are protecting Jewish people, that means the Muslims are bad. That was the underpinning of it, you know? And so I have gone through a lot of work sort of battling that. That was like my son, we had many nights, okay? We had many nights of talking till 3 or 4 in the morning with him, like hammering away at me, dad. You know what I'm saying? A lot. And I kept going back though, because I wanted to, you know, I wanted to fucking, you know, shed some of that, right? I want to shed some of that. Yeah, no, he was very determined about that shit. I mean, dude, we have a lot of, you know, all of us do. We all get a lot of bias, you know? And I mean, right now, obviously the big thing is going on with the Somalis, right? And everybody's kind of turning on the Somalis. Have you noticed they sort of move from group to group? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed how the right-wing group sort of like, they keep moving, right? For a while, it was 𝗙འདི𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀, and right? There was this big 𝗙འདི𝗙𝗪𝗪 in Venezuela, right? It was everything was 𝗙འདི𝗙𝗪𝗪. Now it's like Somalians, right? It was Haitians for a while back during the election. They just move, right? They just move from group to group to group, right? Having some enemy. And now they're focused on the Somali people because a couple of Somalians like looted some Medicaid. And again, though, has nothing to do with Somalians. It has to do with the people, okay? Some crooks looted Medicaid, just like Rick Scott looted Medicaid, okay? To the tune of like, you know, $2 billion fine, right? And God knows how much money he looted to fucking pay that fine, right? Rick Scott. But he's a senator, right? Because he's white. He's a white guy. A rich white guy commits Medicare fraud and becomes a senator. And a couple of Somalian people commit Medicare fraud. And all of a sudden the country's like every Somalian person is now bad, right? dude, what are we fucking doing, bro? I just don't like that shit. I'm trying to personally rise above that, and trying to do battle with that shit, and you wish Americans could afford to travel more. I know, dude. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things I wish for America, I mean, if there was one thing I would start at with America, guys, if there's one thing I could do to change in our educational system with Americans, I think in grade school, American kids should learn French I think they should learn French and Spanish, right? And maybe even like a Japanese or Chinese, depending on which part of the country you live in, but multiple languages of our neighbors, right? Like learn Spanish because a whole bunch of Spanish speaking people live here. Learn French because we're attached to Canada, right? You know what I'm saying? Learn some language of the immigrant people that live here. Because you know what I saw today, dude? Check this out. Can I just share something with you? And I don't know if this is going to make sense to you guys, but it might. But look at this tweet that I did today and tell me if this makes sense to you. Because this really hit me, all right, with this. It was some MAGA account that was like popping off, okay? Right? Where let me find it. It was this MAGA woman who, of course, was saying some shit about language, okay? Let me find her. Some MAGA idiot. All right, look at this. Wait. All right, you ready? It's this woman. Okay, look at this shit. So this woman says, "This is America." Okay? Speak English or GTFO. But like, guys, can we just talk about this for a minute? About this tweet? You ready? Because I'm about to blow your mind. And like, guys, why don't Americans speak American? Right? Why don't people who are born in America, why don't we speak American? We speak English. Why? Because people from another place came here and they brought their language. We didn't come to America and speak American language. English people immigrated to here and they brought their language, English, and then English became the language here, okay? But we speak English, right? We don't have an American language, right? She doesn't even notice that, like, we don't have our own language because we immigrated here with the language. And so the point being, like, for her to be like, oh, you gotta speak this one immigrant language as opposed to the other immigrant languages is kind of hilarious, right? Right? Like, hello? Do you not realize the irony of that? Like, you're basically saying to the immigrants, don't bring your language here because we speak this immigrant language that got brought here. Dude, they're so dumb. And I'm like, I even replied to it. And I said, is it ironic that the people who speak English, like, why don't Americans speak American? Oh, yeah, because immigrants brought a language from another country, right? Like, you are so dumb. Like, they don't even realize it in the typing. Like, no, we can only speak this one immigrant language that was brought here. When, in fact, us all learning Spanish would be, like, good for our brains. You know, it really would. It would be good for our brains to learn Spanish as a kid and to learn French and to learn, Chinese. It'd be good for our brains. There would be no harm for us, Dude, I know. Well, not only is Mexico part of North America, but like, dude, Texas is Mexico. So is New Mexico. You know what I mean? Texas is literally Mexico, guys. Like half. Like, so is Southern California. Dude, so is Arizona. All of that is Mexico, boss. Like, I mean, we drew the border after throwing some shillings around, but like, come on, man. I mean, literally, Santa Ana, San Luis Obispo, San Diego, Los Angeles, Sierra Madre, right? You know, like, dude, hello, Santa Monica. Dude, the entire fucking, like, the entire Southern California is named in Spanish, bro. You're literally, you can't even pronounce a fucking California name without speaking Spanish. And they're like, no, you must speak English. Fucking dumb shits, bro. Like, my God. Dude, half of the American cities are in a different language. Dude, what are we doing? They're just, I mean, they're all just rage baiters. Dude. Yeah, I mean, the Americans, you've studied German and Spanish, so much of our language comes from both. Let's go. Yeah, Denny's, absolutely. I mean, dude, they're all derivative, right? They're all derivative. They're all from the Germanic languages, right? I believe it started with German, right? Aren't they? They're Germanic. Isn't that the basis? Didn't it start with German? I know for me, I took 1 year of Latin, I took 2 years of Spanish, and then I took 4 years of German, and then I took the German AP test, and the German AP test, so I didn't have to take language in college. I got my college credits, but so I fucking, you know, I took a little bit of Latin, I took some Spanish, and then German was my primary one, right? That was the primary one that I settled with. Dude, yeah, I mean, in Germany and in Europe, all of Europe, they speak multiple languages. I mean, they all learn English and then their neighbors, right? You have somebody living in fucking, in the Netherlands, they're going to speak English and German and French and Italian in all likelihood, right? Absolutely. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ein bisschen. It's like, I'm super rusty, right? I like very, very rusty. I wouldn't say I speak it, right? I recognize some words and phrases still, right? Little, Dude, no tourist wants to be confronted by a Trump supporter. Dude, I don't think anyone wants to run into a Trump supporter. All right, you ready for the Trump phone call? Dude, moving along, baby. We got Trump phone call, boss. We're getting in deep. Parlez-vous français? No, dude, I still want to learn French. I do, man. I still want to learn French. Right? That's one of my goals. Dude. Crazy shit, boss. All right. What do we got? Santa calls. Oh, shit. You ready? All right, here we go, dude. 8 minutes for dance party goal. Oh, dude, all right, we got to hustle, dude. Let's go, dude. Gerald, hopping in. Guys, we need to hit the dance party goal. Let's get to work. Thank you, Gerald. Appreciate you, boss. And Steele, I'm ready for another perfect phone call. Yeah, dude, is there a full-length video of this from Mar-a-Lago? Should we watch the whole video or should we watch clips? C-Punk, let's go. Oh! All right, we need 15. We need 15 and 7, guys. All right, 15 and 7, baby. And I have seen nothing today. Today I was adulting. Today I had to take my car. I had to get my car fucking working. 14, let's go. Hypermobile, let's go. 13, oh shit. Dude, they're coming too fast. Dude, we got Hypermobile. Dude, we got Magnolia Girl. Great name. Dude, let's go. We got Rob Champagne. Merry holidays to you, Tommy. For me and my wife, Kima. We love the show. Love from Brooklyn. Dude, we love Brooklyn. My kid lives in Crown Heights. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you, boss. Let's fucking go. Dude, Social Butterfly, LFGO Solidarity, Merry Xmas, let's go. Oh, and what, can I get a trophy? Oh, fuck me. Oh, shit. Dude, let's go. Dude, Blunt, happy pagan holiday. Let's go, man. Dude, what is it? Is the fucking, dude, I can't remember the name of it. Wait, let me see. Where's my profile? Dude, let's go. Thank you. Oh, shit, dude, they're coming in hot. Hold on. There's a holiday that's literally December 25th, dude. It is, where is it? Dude, what is it called? No, it's not Saturnalia. It is. It was, Sol Invictus. That's what it is. Sol Invictus, right? It's the unconquered sun, right? Saturnalia is I think the sort of like time around it. Like there's a whole Saturnalia that comes before it, but it is the Sol Invictus. Was a Roman festival that literally happened on that fucking day, right? You know what I'm saying? Unconquered sun, dude. What a great name, dude. You gotta love that shit, boss. Right? You gotta love it. All right, let me go back and hit these, dude. Oh, we got 4 minutes. 𝗙𝗆𝗆 got you. Let's go. Dude, PGA Betty, watch every day. Merry Xmas. Thank you, Betty. We're so glad you're here. Glad you're watching. Dude, Thomas Payne, happy Yule to you and Jenny. Tommy, light and love. Let's go. Thank you, boss. Let's go. Oh! All right, 4 minutes and 7 away, dude. 7 away, 4 minutes. We got this. Does more always mean better? I mean, I don't know. If you think quantity is better, then yes, more means better, right? It depends, right? For me, I look at things and I think some things are quality, right? Like when I think about, a steak. For me, quality trumps, quantity for sure. But when I think about money, quantity trumps quality, right? I don't care if it's good money, paper money, fucking silver, right? Just give me the quantity. Dude, sending support and love from 𝗙cie UK. Let's go, Laura. Thank you. Let's go. Dude, grateful for your empathetic perspectives. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Thank you, Katie. Appreciate you. Let's go. Dude, oh shit. Merry Christmas. You're awesome. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate you. Let's go. There it is. Dude, we're almost there. Down to the final 3. I think that about does it. 3 left. Gotta support Portlanders. Let's go, DNS. Oh, dude, Detroit. Dude, I love Detroit. Man, I used to play in Hamtramck at the fucking, what was it called? It was called, I don't know. It was a venue in Hamtramck, though. But then we would always walk over to a place called the Painted Lady, which was like this sort of indie bar that had bands playing, like, sometimes too, late night. Dude, Gypsy, happy Yule, Merry Christmas to Tommy and my pink fam. Let's go. All right, I think we have 1 left, 2 left. Let's go. Rather have $1,000 than 1,000 rupees. I mean, yeah, probably. I don't know how much a rupee is worth, but I'd probably take the dollars. Dude, I think the Canadian dollar is the money you want, isn't it? Isn't that the shit that's like humming right now, or was for a while, dude. The Canadian dollars were fucking jamming, right? Lots of pagan winter holidays. Yeah, I mean, guys, Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you, Brecos. So I think the pagans, if you look back to the time, right? The pagans, they had a lot of winter holidays. You know why? Because everybody died. Okay? Like, when you go back to the pagan times, like, most people, they went into winter every year just not knowing who in their family was going to survive. You know? I mean, isn't that crazy to think about? every winter, they were like praying to their gods because they knew like half their family was going to get wiped out. If they just had 5 kids that year, they knew 2 or 3 of them were probably going to be dead by the end of winter. And so they were like praying for survival or trying to appease the gods of winter, hoping that they would make it through. Dude, thank you, Blunt. Let's go. And thank you, Crawling. Let's dance. We will. Dude, we got dance party confirmed. So I think it was really, it was really an important, like, that's why I think they had so much of a festival around that. Nuggy, Merry Xmas, let's dance, let's go. Because I think it was a really important, like, please take care of us kind of thing, You know what I'm saying? Right? That is like thinking back. And that's some other shit that I think in our modern world that sometimes we lose touch with. It used to get really dark and really cold and really inhospitable, and they didn't, their survival was not guaranteed. And, because back then, if you get the flu, you may be dead, man. Isn't that crazy to think that if you get the flu, and yeah, they had to like stock up with food and lumber, and right? Because they couldn't dry wood and shit, so they had to be prepared. Like they spend all fall chopping down trees and prepping for the winter, getting all their lumber and everything shored up, their cabin shored up or whatever they were living in, their like the huts or whatever, they had to shore all that stuff up and prepare for months and get their food and everything ready for, okay, it's going to get dark and it's going to get nasty and we hope we survive. It's insane to think about, how crazy the world was back then, I mean, it really was wild, and then, and then there were certain people that left that life, like if you had a kid that was really smart or whatever, and you may get lucky and someone from the town comes and discovers your kid and takes him away and takes him to go get educated, right? It's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. You got the flu shot? Dude, I got the flu shot. I got another COVID booster too. The crops died, people died. Dude, shit was crazy. All right, you ready? Let's look at the call, dude. Here it is. All right. Let me see here. We have a video of Dude, what do we got? Dude, that coal is clean and beautiful. Dude, this guy is just making kids dumber, bro. Like, what are we doing? You can't stand Trump's voice. I mean, I don't think anybody can. Let's be real. Okay, dude, everybody hates this guy's voice, except like MAGA people. To this day, guys, I have no idea how somebody can be MAGA. It like does not make any sense to me, guys. How people can be MAGA? Like what? How does that even happen? Right? How does that even happen? All right, let's watch some of this, shall we? Let's see. This is from today. Yeah, so today, I guess there were phone calls to Santa Claus, okay? And so he's down in Palm Beach, and there's a speakerphone there, and these are kids calling into Santa Claus, and Trumpy's talking to them.
What did you ask Santa for?
Dude, Melania, what did you ask Santa for? And the kid's like, It's so awkward.
General, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. President. Your operator will be dropping
Fantastic.
another child on your line here in just a second.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're both talking to him.
Fantastic.
Nice
So
setup,
Merry
right?
Christmas.
That's beautiful. But this way you can hear what's going on. I think it's a little bit better.
Oh, that's very nice.
One-sided calls are never good,
I wish you all the best, all your family.
but they're
Merry
much
Christmas.
less dangerous.
With Amelia, age to
Thank you.
from
Thank
Anthony,
you.
Kansas.
Good.
And Santa is currently in Sweden.
Okay.
Dude, what is this? Dude, I'm not even watching that video, dude. Let's go and fucking go on ASIN. What was that, bro? Like, did that seem weird? There's somebody talking on the phone. He's talking to the reporters. Melania is like talking to Jeffrey Epstein's ghost over there. Dude, big, beautiful Cole. Dude, can I just say, you ready? First, there's no such thing as clean coal, okay? I know you guys probably know that, but anybody out there in the world, there is no such thing as clean fucking coal, boss, okay? There is not. Clean coal does not exist, all right? It does not. It does not exist. There's only the dirty ass coal that, is why coal miners' life expectancy is 49. Literally, coal miners, their life expectancy is 49, bro. That's how clean coal is. It's like, Jesus, dude. And not only does it kill the miners, but it kills birds. Like 100 times more birds die from a coal mine and a coal plant than, wind turbines or whatever. Okay, that's another thing. The birds, it poisons the fucking water for like life, dude. Like coal extraction and coal processing plants, they poison the air and they poison the fucking water. Like that shit will sit in the water table and poison the water for generations. I mean, it's unfucking believable, man. Okay? All right, you ready? Here we go. Let's watch some of these. All right, here's the crazy one, guys. This is the one that, like, what the fuck? Watch this.
Good. I'm fine. You sound so beautiful and cute. How old are you?
I'm 8.
Wow, so smart. You sound so smart. So do you have a question?
How are you?
I'm fine. You sound so beautiful and cute. How old are you?
I'm 8.
Wow, so smart.
Dude. Wow, so smart. Now, first off, what a fucking creeper, bro. And then when he finds out she's 8, he switches it up to like, oh, you're so smart. But there's one thing that bothered me about this, besides the creeper, right? Because we know he said shit to like 10-year-olds, like, oh, I'll date you in 8 years, right? He's probably thinking, give me a call in 10 years, right? He thinks it's a woman and it's an 8-year-old kid. And then afterwards, he's like, oh, shit. Oh, you sound so smart. But here's the thing that I wanted to fucking point out is like, just in general, there is a thing in our society, okay? In our whatever, American culture, right? This rape culture, misogynist world that we live in, where anytime you're talking to a woman, oh, you sound beautiful, or oh, you're beautiful, or oh, you're so cute. But like, dude, why don't we lead with the like, you sound smart, you sound determined, you sound, energetic, like, wow, what great energy you have, right? It like, he went right to the aesthetic. He hears a woman's voice, and then the first thing he thinks is you're beautiful, you're cute, right? If you're a woman, that's the range of where you're at. But first off, you can't tell somebody is beautiful by the voice, right? You know what I'm saying? That is fucking, you know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? Like, hearing a girl or a woman's voice, you have no idea what she fucking looks like, you know? Right? But why don't people tell him she's 8 years old? Dude, I mean, it wouldn't matter. I don't think it matters if she's 8 or not 8. I think just automatically defaulting to beauty standards when it comes to a woman or a girl, right? And I say women because I'm applying it to the grander scheme of things. I'm not talking specifically about this little girl. I saw somebody like, oh, that's not a woman. But dude, like, I'm talking about women in general. This phone call is just whatever. The phone call is a phone call. But the society-wise, the minute there's a woman involved or a girl involved, the guys think beauty standards. You're pretty. You're cute. Oh, you sound cute. You sound pretty. Right? And it's like, but like women are so much more than that. And I really think that like a sort of a renovation of us defining women differently for a couple of generations would be really helpful, right? It would be really helpful if we just stopped defining young women and girls by beauty and started defining them by those other powerful characteristics that they carry, right? And yeah, dude, she's calling, these are children, okay? He knows, like, at the end of the day, here's the thing that's so crazy, right? Is he knows these are all kids, guys, okay? These are children calling Santa. So every single one of these people are calling as a kid wanting to talk to Santa. And he's like, oh, you sound so beautiful and cute. Like, how old are you? Oh, then he's like, oh, you sound smart. Man, what an idiot. I don't think he's even listening, too. Somebody said that. Oh, my God. Dude, that's just Trump, dude. To him, he's like, he's going to grab her eventually, right? She's going to let him do it eventually when she's old enough, or maybe not when she's old enough. He is going to grab her because, they let him do it because he's so famous.
Good. I'm fine. You sound so beautiful and cute. How old are you?
I'm 8.
Wow, so smart. You sound so smart.
Dude, that pause, right? That pause, it makes me laugh. Dude, that pause, how old are you? And it just like, I'm 8. Oh, shit, dude. Dude, not beating the allegations. Oh, that's fucking crazy, dude. All right, here's another one. You ready?
And Santa is currently in for Copenhagen, Denmark.
Whoa, that's pretty good.
Merry Christmas. You too.
Hi,
Thank you.
how are you?
Thank you. Merry Christmas, Mom.
This is Krill.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Krill.
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Right, I know. Oh, Pennsylvania's great. We won Pennsylvania. Actually, 3 times, but we won Pennsylvania. We won it in a landslide, so I love Pennsylvania. So Santa right now is...
Dude, a kid is calling about Santa, and he's like talking about how we won Pennsylvania, bro. Like, what is he doing, bro? I know 2 times, but he's got to lie about 2020, right? So he's got to do the 2020 lie. He's talking about a landslide. He's talking about fucking la la la. Oh yeah, you're calling about Santa? Let me regale you with the stories with my lies about Pennsylvania. Dude, what a fucking drip, bro.
Actually, 3 times, but we won Pennsylvania. We won it in a landslide, so I love Pennsylvania. So Santa right now is in Copenhagen.
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, right? Like, he is such an idiot, boss.
Ready? Here we go. So
I was like the most here. A gumball, I'll make your own pinball machine.
Oh, pinball machine, that's great. You know Elton John, he did Pinball Wizard. We'll have to send you a copy of Pinball Wizard.
Dude.
Well, that sounds great, actually.
Dude.
So Santa's not going to let
That was not Elton John, bro.
you down. Santa's a good Santa. Not going to let you down.
Dude, it's the Who. Dude, Elton John. Bro. He just can't do anything right, boss. Like, look at him, dude. He can't fucking do a single thing right. Dude, Elton John, he's gonna... So, I mean, I hate to say it, but we know that the Elton John copy of Pinball Wizard is never going to arrive, right? Oh my God, bro. Dude, did Elton John even cover it? Let's see if Elton John covered it, okay? Let's see if he did a cover of it. So, all right, he did cover it once, all right? Oh, no, you know what it was? He played the character, right? Is that what he did? Right? Did he play the character in Tommy? Because he didn't sing it, right? It was 𝗙ص𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗀. He played the character, right? Or did he sing it on, like, now I'm fucking confused, right? So, oh no, he performed it, in the film adaptation. All right. So the film adaptation, Elton John, that's what it was from, all right? From the film adaptation. All right. Dude, I've never seen the Elton John version. So we'll give him that, but the fact that, like, that is, you know, I don't know, man. When there's a song that famous and you see the cover song, right? Like, for example, okay, you know the song "Torn" by Nnatali Imbruglia, okay? Remember "Torn" is a big radio hit by Nnatali Imbruglia. Now, a lot of people don't know that that's a cover song. Okay, the song "Torn" is by a band called 𝗙𝗛𝗏. That was a great fucking band in LA that never really made it very big. They were huge in LA, but they never broke out. And so Nnatali Imbruglia covered 𝗙𝗛𝗏. Now, if somebody heard "Torn" and they didn't know that it was an 𝗙𝗛𝗏 song, I totally get it, because 𝗙𝗛𝗏 was like on the sly. Only people in LA or people that were into indie music knew that was a cover. And Nnatali Imbruglia didn't really, like, admit it in interviews and shit, right? But the fucking Who, dude, Tommy, Pinball Wizard, it's like, man, you know that is the fucking Who, right? You know that is the Who. Everybody knows that the Who. So if you see the film adaptation and you are thinking Elton John wrote that song, you're a fucking idiot, okay? You are wildly uninformed. That's like seeing somebody cover, like, "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds" and not attributing it to the Beatles, okay? So yeah, I'm taking his credit away on that one. Happy 71st to Annie Lennox. Let's go, dude. We love Annie Lennox. But dude, guys, just so you know, I can't play it here because I don't want to get the copyright, but I will put a link to the video. All right. The band 𝗙𝗛𝗏, though, was Anne Previn was the singer's name. She's actually a political activist as well. Okay. Annie Previn, here This is the 𝗙𝗛𝗡. These are some old pictures of them. This is kind of the one that everybody sort of remembers, like this era, right? Let me find one that is, I guess it's a small one, but this was the band 𝗙𝗛𝗡. That's 𝗚𝗏𝗼 was the singer. Okay, they were actually really good. I think the version, dude, 𝗚𝗏𝗼 of her version of Torn is like way better. I'm gonna put a link to it in chat so you guys can check it out. Their version is so much better. It's fucking intense, boss. It is. Their version is like super psychedelic and fucking crazy. Dude, I don't know what that is. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. That's it. That is it. So we're going to go visit this on YouTube. All right, here we go. I'll put a link to it. Dude, the 𝗙𝗛𝗡 version is so much better. Right? There it is. There's the link. Dude, it's so good. Oh, dude, it's because it was originally a heavy, like heavy fucking intense song, because obviously it's about, you know, being essayed or being, I mean, you know what I mean? It's like being abused at a young age, right? But yeah, it's good shit. Good fucking shit, boss. The man's theme song is YMCA. Right? Yeah, popified for Natalie. Yeah, but I mean, so I will say this though. I didn't hate it getting popified for Natalie, and here's why. The reason why is because 𝗙𝗛𝗡, okay? 𝗙𝗛𝗡 never really got what they were due. Like, 𝗚𝗏𝗼 was such a good singer, and that band was so good, but they never made it mainstream. But because Natalie Imbruglia, that song blew up, like 𝗚𝗏𝗼 made all the royalties as a songwriter, right? She made the royalties for all of the singles and all of the live performances and the radio performances. So that song made it so fucking Anne, was like, you know, she got paid. You know what I'm saying? Like if Natalie Imbruglia had not written that song, like she would have been so much less money. So I was really happy to see it, even though it bothered me that she never got credit. I was happy to see it because I was like, man, she got the bag, dude. And she deserved it. They were so good. They were one of the best LA bands that nobody ever heard of, right? Never heard of it? Oh, man. Dude, yeah, we got to have a music channel at some point. I was the music guy, okay? In my friend group when I was younger, I was the dude who was like making tapes for everybody, right? I was the music guy. Let's go. Dude, Trump is a moron, right? So let's go. AP News. Yeah, I know I can't watch the 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏 video, right? I'll get copy struck. You saw 𝗙𝗛𝗡 in concert? Let's go. Dude, Trump is a fucking idiot. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Trump is a goddamn moron, bro. All right, where's the one about the coal, dude? Oh my God. Dude, what are we doing, dude? What is Trump doing, boss?
Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
You love video games?
Tackle on him.
Yes.
Right.
I hope he will be
Yeah.
right.
Go
I hope
ahead.
the dreams come true.
That has a tracker on him.
Okay.
Well, we track Santa all over the world. We want to make sure that Santa is being good. Santa's a very good person. We want to make sure that he's not infiltrated, that we're not infiltrating into our country a bad Santa. So we found out that Santa is good.
Thank you. Bye.
Santa loves you.
Dude.
Santa loves Oklahoma like I do. You know, Oklahoma was very good to me in the election, so I love Oklahoma. Don't ever leave Oklahoma, okay?
Dude, we want to make sure that Santa's not infiltrating our country. A bad Santa. He's got to go into his little immigration shit. Oklahoma was good to me in the election. Like, what a fucking loser, dude. Dude. What a loser. Dude, did 𝗫𝗫𝗍𝗍 die? I mean, he posted that post. He knew he was going to die, right? Did he actually pass? Dude, he sounded like he had pretty wicked fucking cancer, right? That shit hit him hard. Did he die? Oh, he didn't die? Oh, okay. Oh, you said 𝗫𝗫𝗍𝗍 did. Oh, I thought you said he died. All right. Yeah, no, he's definitely dying. Dude, Trump is such a fucking schlump, bro. Like, it's not possible for him to not be a total fucking weirdo, dude. Jesus. All right. God. What is he doing? He can't do anything without making it like awkward. You know? Like he literally just can't do anything without making it awkward and like some obsessively weird thing about him. All right, what do we got? Dude, we're going to do a short one tonight because it's Christmas. We're going to get to the dance party soon. Let's look a little bit at the Epstein, right? Guys, I'll be honest. I have not really done a deep dive into the Epstein stuff. I've downloaded all the shit. Let's go and look and see if they added anything. And DOJ disclosures. We got here data set 8. Yeah, no, it's still the 8 data sets, right? And that we have, this is the fucking footage of his shit. So yeah, they have not added anything new since yesterday. Dude, yeah, what is the abortion and baby murder document? Let's find that one. All right. I guess we'll search on Twitter. Yeah, this timeline is a little hard to take, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Like, isn't it hard? Isn't it hard? I don't know if you guys have the thing, like, I look at what happens on the course of a day sometimes, right? I'll look at, like, Trump's behavior or a single event from the news cycle, and I'm like, this is the American politics right now. Like, what is the world thinking when we have a day where, you know, an average Trump day and the world just looks at America and is like, oh my God, there's like a 10-year-old running the country, right? A brain dead 10-year-old was voted to run the most powerful fucking country in the world and just wreak havoc on the whole fucking world, man. It's just so dumb, dude. So again, we don't know if this was Trump's yacht. It could be any yacht. But let's find the thing. Okay, so here it is. It is 25010. All right, let me find this one. I hope it's in there. $31, so probably number 4. Nope. Number 6. Nope. Definitely in number 5. 25010. There it is. There it is. All right. Here we go, dude. This is from 8/3/2020. All right. It's part of the Epstein. It's an intake form. It was received. It says 8/3/2020 at 5:11 p.m. blank, date of birth blank, email address, yada, yada, yada. Resolves in Albuquerque submitted an online tip to the FBI National Threat Operations Center, okay, to report a follow-up tip regarding being a victim of Jeffrey Epstein. Blank is real name and AKA name is blank. All right. It says, I previously provided a tip about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, under an alias I have for myself, blank. All the other details of the previous tip match all of the information given in today's tip, except I am giving my real name. Okay. A detective from NYPD FBI Sex Trafficking Task Force called me a couple weeks ago from a 212 area code. All right. I talked to him for about 20 or 30 minutes about my being sex trafficked by my uncle and Jeffrey Epstein in 1984 while I was 13 and pregnant. Whoa, guys. Here's what's fucked up. Okay. You ready? Here's what is fucked up. Because, guys, dude, I got to pause right there because we have to do something here. Because there was a page in the birthday book, okay? Remember the birthday book? Let me find this. Yeah, here. The birthday book. Okay? Dude, I'm going to show you an image. In the middle of this book, guys, there was that drawing of Mar-a-Lago, right? But in the middle of the birthday book, there was that fucking crazy fucking drawing. All right? Hold on here. There it is. Look at this. What it says, 1983, right? And it shows Epstein with balloons right? And it fucking candy. But look at the date, 1983. And he's approaching like young schoolgirls with balloons and candy. And then 2003, the girls are all massaging him. But like this person says she was trafficked in 1984 while she was 13. And the minute I read that, I was like, oh my God, somebody drew that. Somebody like, isn't that wild? Like somebody in his birthday book actually fucking sort of referenced this thing. Like, that's eerie, isn't it? That's eerie that, you know, years later, 3 years 3 years. No, this image right here was not made by a victim. It was made by one of his friends. Okay, so, and this was 2003. It was for his birthday. So what happened was this woman reported, this woman right here reported this in 2000 about something that happened in 1984. And then in 2003, one of his friends drew this photo for his birthday book that referenced him like skeezing on young girls in 1983. So that is a wild corroboration there that, you know, makes this story really believable that she was sex trafficked at fucking 13. You know what I mean? 14 or whatever. Because, you know, years later, his friend is like making reference to Epstein going after them. That is like, the minute I read that, dude, it just gave me the creeps, bro. Right? It gave me the creeps that, like, I was like, holy shit. Okay, so she says she was sex trafficked by her uncle and Jeffrey Epstein in 1984 while she was 13 and pregnant. I told him some other important information about other high-profile individuals involved in my sex trafficking and the murder and disposal of my newborn daughter because I gave birth to her while in the middle of this sex trafficking ordeal. I cannot remember the detective's name, nor do I have a number. Where can I contact him? I would like to have his name and contact information, and I would also like to know if there will be any further follow-up. Violation, other violation questions. What was the exact crime that occurred? Child sex trafficking and infanticide. When did this crime incident occur? May, September 84. Where did it occur? Mostly from a yacht in Lake Michigan, originating from Mona Lake, Michigan. And the complainant information, right? It's all her information, Jeffrey Epstein. And I am just wanting to reconnect with the original detective that called me, and I offered information about this. How his contact known? He was orchestrating a deal along with my uncle where different men and a few women and girls would come to a variety of boats and yachts and pay money and force me to do blank with them when I was 13 and pregnant. She mentions Donald Trump. Again, just trying to find out the NYPD detective on the FBI sex trafficking task force that called me a couple weeks ago, spoke to me about some of these issues. Donald Trump, he regularly participated in paying money to force me to blank with him. And he was present when my uncle murdered my newborn child and disposed of the body in Lake Michigan. Okay. And so, wow, that is crazy. Okay. So she mentioned specifically being on a yacht in Lake Michigan. Now, what's interesting about this is we don't know whose yacht. Okay. It could be anyone. Like there are a zillion yachts that flow around in fucking Lake Michigan in those huge lakes, right? There's plenty of them. Right? But that is wild. Okay. And now what I'm curious about is where are the notes from the original call? Okay. Because if she in fact did speak for 20 or 30 minutes to an FBI agent about this, there should be a call somewhere. There should be a call log of that. There should be some notes from that conversation. Or the other possibilities, can I just say, the other possibility is that the person who called her wasn't with the FBI, that the person who called her was, you know, somebody connected to Donald Trump that maybe took the details of this and then immediately like found her and went and put some pressure on there, right? You know? And so that is crazy, dude. Isn't that wild? I mean, it's wild to think about. But man, dude, I couldn't get over like thinking about this image, boss. Right? That was like that image just absolutely hit me. The minute I read that, I immediately thought of this. I was like, no fucking way, bro. So the claim is that, right? I guess the claim is that she was sex trafficked at a young age. She was on a yacht, right? Her uncle was trafficking her through Epstein. Trump was there. Trump was part of this thing. She was on a yacht servicing people, what have you. And somewhere along the line, she gave birth to what was probably a stillborn baby, or I don't know. I don't know if it was living, but whatever. The way she said, disposed of it, right? The murder and disposal. So maybe it was born alive, claiming that she gave birth to a baby and they just threw it overboard, threw the child overboard. Yikes, dude. That is crazy. Yeah. So no wonder, like, you know, Trump wants to keep this shit buried. Now, was there a... Dude, I gotta post about that real quick. Hold on. See that? Dude, got a tweet, baby. Oops. There we go. Dude, it's so crazy. Let's go. Oh, dude, isn't that crazy? I mean, that shit's weird, guys. You know, so obviously, you know, a whole bunch, okay? A whole bunch of like, they're going to claim, right? And I mean, look at what they're already like posting. You know, they're saying Trump owned a yacht which resided in Lake Michigan, or people are saying, oh, his yacht never went in Lake Michigan, but it didn't say it was Trump's yacht. Nobody fucking named it, right? What it was. But it is pretty fucking startling, okay? You know, I mean, the fact that there are those allegations, guys. I mean, just think about this, okay? This is something I want to stop and just take a moment to process, okay? Because there have been a million people that have, you know, like run for president, gone to high-level government jobs, gone on to, you know, whatever, be involved in a lot of shit in their life. But one there's a finite number of men that cross paths with Jeffrey Epstein. For one, okay? There's a small number of wealthy, powerful men that even interacted with him whatsoever. Then there's a smaller number that were seen in photographs with him. Then there is a smaller number that were in his close inner circle, real close confidants, often on the plane, a lot of phone messages and shit. And then there's an even smaller number of those people in the inner circle that have just 20 allegations of like sexual assault related to that time. And one of those guys is Donald Trump. Okay, there is no other guy who was closer to him, in photos with him all the time, had private parties with him, socialized with him, always calling him, always on the phone with him. They're at each other's office. He's on the plane multiple times. He's like having private events with him, just him. And they're like, you know, seen on television together. They talk about each other in news articles. And then Trump has like 20 allegations, 9 Jane Doe lawsuits. Okay. You know, so like my point being is when you whittle it away, there is no other guy in the Epstein set, whether it's Clinton or Gates or even Ehud Barak. There is no other guy that has that level of, you know, of immersion where his name just keeps coming up, and there are just multiple women that keep saying, yes, he assaulted me. Yes, he did this stuff to me, like over and over and over again. I want to go back. I think, did I miss one? I think I missed one. Dude, Inhalation says Trump is complicit to infanticide. Thank you for getting this info out to the people. He must be held accountable. Yeah, we hope so. Thank you, Inhalation. Appreciate you. Let's go. I think I missed one, though, too. Let me get in here and let me get to it. Hold on one sec. Got to get my live streaming panel open. There we are. Dude, I think I missed one. I think I missed Proud Liberals. Oh, no, I got that one. Annie Lennox's birthday. Okay, I got that. Right? And DIY, I have not really looked into the redactions. I haven't done a lot of research into that. I'm going to probably spend the next couple days sort of pouring into some of this shit. Right? Tonight I'm probably going to take it chill. I want to get ahead on the videos so I don't sleep until 5. Tomorrow's Christmas. We're going to go to a movie. And I want to get some food. I want to not sleep until 5. I've been sleeping anywhere from like 5, 7, 8, 11. I've been sleeping well into the night. And so today I kind of want to get ahead of the curve for the holiday so I can have somewhat normal holiday. But yeah, man, that though, dude, that is some heavy shit. And I guess, so my point about bringing up this Trump and all the lawsuits and all the essay accusations is that if you're running for office and you have like, it is not uncommon. Okay, you ready? Let me just lay it out here. It is not uncommon if you are running for office politically and you are a threat. It is not uncommon for some allegations to surface. And it is not uncommon for people to try and railroad people with some type of false allegations or insinuation that something happened where it didn't. That is a common smearing technique done to political figures. I will always grant political figures a little bit of leeway when they get approached with this shit, and I will simultaneously believe the women, and I will like try to suss it out. But what I am saying though is when there are 20 accusations, okay, let's look at some people that had 20 accusations. Okay, Harvey Weinstein, Brett Ratner, right? What's his name? Matt Lauer, Okay? Right, when there is a pattern of behavior and these accusations span 20 years and these accusations came before they were even a politician, they were accusations that were brought up 20 years before they were a politician, or in the case of the politician is caught on a microphone saying, yeah, I just grabbed their genitals, and like there's 20 women who've said that motherfucker grabbed my genitals prior to him being on the microphone saying, yeah, I grabbed that shit. Yeah, Bill Cosby, Jimmy Savile, right? There's a long list of these guys, okay? When there is a pattern of behavior that is well documented by many, many allegations, and you have like people in every level of the social strata all offering stories that seem to corroborate the behavior. Steven Tyler, yes, certainly. Ted Nugent, right? You just know, right? At that point, you just know that, like, dude, this shit is definitely fucking true, right? You know, you just know. It's just one of those things where it's just, thank you, Karmic, appreciate you. You know, there's no way you can get that kind of corroboration, right? But man, dude, that shit is wild, boss. That is wild, man. Dude, Uncle Ted, yeah, dude, Ted, it is his entire vibe. I mean, it's literally his entire vibe, you know? Like, if you look at Trump, young girl, and you go to fucking images, right? Right? It's like Trump's entire vibe. I mean, this is him with his fucking daughter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at him with his daughter. Okay? Look at this shit, dude. Hold on. I have this in fucking, let me pull it up. I know I have this one. Like, look at this shit. You know? Look, like, what is he doing there? Why, like, what is that image, guys? Look at this shit. What is he doing there? Right? Like, what is that image? You know? It's his fucking daughter, okay? And there's more. Look at this one. This one is crazy. I mean, because look at this shit. Look at where his hands are, boss. Look at where his hands are. Remember when we did the Bill Clinton looking at where his hands are? His hand is inside her shirt. Okay? Inside. His fingers are inside her fucking shirt, bro. Totally unnecessary. Right? That is fucking weird, bro. And there was like a long history of this shit, right? Here's one where he's in a limo with her when she's a little bit older, okay? You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't know, dude. It's just weirdly familiar. Now, this one, I might not normally think, oh, it's a dad just hugging his daughter and shit, but like, because of the history of some of the other ones, is like, it's a little weird. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's oftentimes, there's a lot of photos where he is just, you know, he's just creeping, right? He's just creeping, dude. He was creeping on her often. And you even have images like this, okay? Now this one, guys, what I want to do with this one is not unusual, because, you ready for this? Because every time Trump is with Ivanka and Melania, you think Ivanka is his girlfriend, okay? Because his body English is always on her, always, okay? Always. There's this one. Then there's the premiere party. You ready for this one? Look at this. This is the Trump at the Apprentice premiere party. Okay? Another one. Look at this. You ready? So here's Trump at the Apprentice premiere party. Who's his wife? Right? Tell me who his wife is in this picture. Right? You know what I mean? And just so you know, this isn't his hand, guys. Okay? I know you're thinking his hand's on her butt, but no, that is Karen McDougal's hand, okay, around her waist. Just so you know, I like to prevent misinformation, okay? This is his mistress, Karen McDougal. That is her hand around this bunny's waist. So that's not his hand on her ass. His hand is in all likelihood probably on the small of her back, okay? I would guess that Trump's hand is on the small of Ivanka's back in another like weird place where it doesn't belong. But this is his wife, okay? But you look at this photograph and you think that's his wife. And every time he is in a picture with Melania and Ivanka, he always looks like he's getting down with Ivanka. Always. Always, right? But this is a wild photo where his wife has got this plastic smile of like, oh my God. And he's like I'm right all over his daughter, and his mistress is over here in the corner. And this was right around the time that he used The Apprentice as a lure to Stormy Daniels. And he, you know, ended up having sex with Stormy Daniels, promising her a role on The Apprentice, which he had no power to offer. So he skeezed on her and manipulated her to have sex while she was pregnant with Barron. That was like right around this time. Isn't that crazy? And he was also had a mistress too. Like he's just gross. He's just gross from top to bottom, this guy. Just absolutely disgusting. Right? From top to bottom, man. It is his entire vibe. Okay? It is his entire vibe, guys. Always. Always. That was like always his vibe. Okay? And what's more, I just want to add one other thing, because there was something that went down that we all heard about in the 80s. I think it was the late 80s, right? It may have been early 90s, but I'm pretty sure it was the late 80s. But so there was a big scandal. Okay, my mom was into like People magazine and all the gossipy sort of soap opera-y sort of shit. Okay, so we used to hear about Donald Trump when I was a kid. Okay, but this one was like particularly like noticeable because he went to Aspen every winter. Okay, he went to Aspen with his wife Ivana and his kids. Okay, this was Ivanka and Eric and Don Jr. Okay, and they went to Aspen. It was always like publicized because he was like, you know, a constant like attention seeker in the gossip rags and the paparazzi and stuff. And so he had started dating Marla Maples. He was cheating on Marla Maples, and he brought his mistress with his family to the vacation in Aspen. And so all the like paparazzi and the photographers were all there photographing him and his mistress and his wife and the kids in the middle of this like scene. And he brought her there and you know, it like participated in his affair and made it public, like in the papers, right? In front of everybody. And then eventually he divorced Ivana and he married, you know, Marla Maples and had Tiffany. And then he cheated on Marla Maples and like did the same fucking thing to her. But he literally brought his mistress with his family and his children to the fucking, right? To Aspen in front of the photographers and just created like mayhem, dude. And like, so like, I understand having an affair. I don't think it's good, but I get it. Sometimes marriages go stale. You shouldn't have been married. Everything, people are having affairs. That shit happens. But to bring your mistress along publicly to shame your wife and your kids, right, in front of the whole world, to just sort of flaunt it and rub your fucking wife's nose in it in the press and to the whole world and just kind of thumb your nose while you're around your kids is like so dirty. It's like so dirty. It is so grimy. And like, you know, to me, that is just like the kind of like low, like you got to be a really, really devious person to like engage in that type of like public shaming, you know, because at that point, it's not even about the affair. It's about like hurting people, you know, and that's the way he was when he was 40, guys. He was 40 when that happened. He wasn't 20. It wasn't a 20-year-old like influencer. If he was 20 years old and it was his first time being famous, maybe I could understand. You're making bad choices. This shit's blowing up in your face. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. But he was fucking like 45, dude, when that went down. He was a grown-ass man who absolutely knew what he was doing. And he was just, you know, and then that was like right before Epstein. Okay, that was right before Epstein, guys. Right before Epstein. And then he became Epstein's best friend during that divorce. Okay, and that's when he had the modeling agency, and that's when he had the teen pageants that he so proudly has told us he walked in on the contestants, et cetera, et cetera. So we know this guy. We know this guy is dirty. We know he's grimy. Okay, we know that he is a scumbag. And we know that some of the allegations in here are true. And guys, I just want to see the Michael Wolff photos. That's what I want. All right. That being said, who's ready for a dance? Dude, you know what's crazy? We still like went fucking almost 3 hours, boss. Wild. Isn't it? Even on a short night? Oh, dude, it is psychotic. I think, you know, he's definitely a sociopath. He is absolutely sociopathic, right? I mean, dude. All right, dude, Merry Christmas, guys. What do you guys, before I go, while we wind down here, what do you guys have planned for today, for Christmas Day? Let me see what you're doing. Like I said, I think we're going to get some food. We'll probably get some Thai food, or maybe we'll go have sushi if it's open. And then we are going to go to a movie, and we're going to lay pretty low. Like, we didn't really get any gifts for each other. I know Jenny, I think she made me a needlepoint thing. I think she was working on something. I got her a massage, right? So what are you guys doing? You got a family dinner. You're baking a ham, right? Presents, tacos, and tamales. Let's go. Your caregiver's bringing you tamales. Let's go, right? Food and a couple beers. Nice. Dude, beers with the neighbor. All right. I like that. Thai food. Nope. They have not been deported. Alone with your fur babies. Oh, your eldest cat died. Right? Avoiding your MAGA family. Good for you. Let's go. Dude, I got fried chicken from my favorite gas station. There's a gas station that has fried chicken in Portland that I love. It's like so good. This chicken is like a drug, but I don't eat it very often because it's wildly unhealthy. But I got some of that fried chicken today after I got my rent-a-car. Off to dinner with the family, eat and hang out with your son and parents. Nice. Happy Xmas to you too. You're going to the movies, Avatar and David. All right, enjoy Avatar. I'm not going near David. Dude, I will not see an Angel Studios movie. Fuck those guys. But I hope it's good. I hope it's not as bad as the Angel Studios normally their movies are. Happy Festivus. Let's go. You're going to have your neighbor, your caregiver's tamales. Football on Netflix. Let's go. Hanging with your sister and daughters. All right. Did I say spooge? I don't think so, but I may have. It's not beyond me, but I don't think I said that. Right? Or did I call Trump a spooge? I may have called him a spooge. Right? Cooking, you and the kids. Let's go. Merry Christmas to you too. Fam's food fun. Tamales. Let's go. We got a lot of Christmas tamales. Can I tell you, we have a woman who walks through our neighborhood. It's a Hispanic woman. I'd be willing to bet she's undocumented, right? But so she goes through the neighborhood selling homemade tamales. She goes door to door. She has a little like suitcase with them, and they are fucking incredible. And she just drives door to door. She always comes to our house because we buy them a lot. And she'll knock on your door, and then she goes and stands by the street, and you open the door, and she's like, tamales, and you can go down and buy homemade tamales, and they're so good. And they're just cash, right? It's amazing. And so we often buy tamales from her because they're so amazing. Tamales at Christmas. Grandbabies coming over. Nice. Where was that one? Dude, I lost where I was. Oh, there it is. To watch movies, make Rice Krispie treats. Oh, I love Rice Krispie treats. Your mother was deported. Dude, fuck that, bro. Ham and smoked turkey. And Yule fur babies. Lots of pets lost. Yeah, no, people have been talking about pets. Football with a side of disappointment. Oh, you had the fam stuff today? Nice. Dude, we used to do that. We used to do Christmas Eve. Bryce is with his mom in Vermont. So he's having Christmas with his mom. So this is kind of our first Christmas. I think this is the first. Well, on Christmas Day, Jenny and I were always alone because Bryce, like part of the custody deal, we had Christmas Eve, his mom had Christmas. So we've always been alone on Christmas Day and pretty chill, but we used to always see the family. Right? Tamales against fascism. Let's go, inhalation. Let's go, banana bread. Yeah, David Ellison is trying to buy Netflix, trying to buy Warner Brothers too. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that at some point when I collect some more details. You're moving to Vermont? Let's go. Oh, that's something I wanted to tell you is for those of you who are Bernie Sanders, because Bryce's mom lives in Burlington, and apparently Bernie shops at like one of the stores, a store that Bryce's mom works at. So Bryce's mom saw Bernie the other day. He was in the store. Right. And I guess, though, he's pretty like Bernie's pretty shy and reserved. But we had a Bernie family sighting. Right. In Burlington like 2 days ago or something. Right. A day ago. Isn't that wild? Dude, I love Burlington. I do. Now, let me tell you, I could never live there. Way too fucking small. There is no fucking way ever I could live in Burlington, like not a fucking chance, a snowball's chance in hell. But it was one of my favorite tour spots. It was like the college kids at the university there were fucking like music crazy. The shows there always went off, whether it was a show I was playing or even witnessing. Like there's a coffee shop called Radio Bean that would have bands there. And I knew some people there that ironically, it's really weird. Like I had some friends that were friends with the guy that Bryce's mom ended up marrying, which is really strange. Like before I knew Bryce's mom, I knew friends of the guy that Bryce's mom would marry years later. Isn't that weird? Like that he was from Burlington. And the guy she married was from Burlington and was in the friend group of all the people I knew from Burlington. But I never met him. Isn't that bizarre? So like I knew these Burlington people and I used to see them on tour. And then I met Bryce's mom and we had a kid together. And then years later, she married a guy who was in the friend group of the people that I knew. Dude, it's so fucking bizarre. Like how small the world is, dude. But so, yeah, so I knew a group of people there. And so I used to play these wicked fucking house shows in Burlington. It was pretty wild, dude. I was set up. Yeah, man, it is a small, small world. Vermont is pretty cool. All right, dude, it's dance time, baby. You guys earned this dance party. Thank you again for all the support. I will be on tomorrow. All right, so what I will say this is go ahead and have your Christmas. All right, go ahead. And if you have to see MAGA family or whatever, if you have to deal with difficult family, know that we will be fucking slamming them. We will be slamming them afterwards. Okay. There is some shit that I did want to get to about MAGA dumping on Trump, but I think we'll just save it for tomorrow because I don't anticipate tomorrow being a huge news day. And there is some good shit. I have some clips, guys. Obviously, we know about that Patriot girl who has disavowed Trump, but there are others. There are many other like vocal Trump people that are absolutely done with him over Epstein. And we're going to talk about it tomorrow. They are, I mean, I'm going to credit them with at least being vocal about it. You know what I'm saying? There are some people that are like, fuck this guy. So tomorrow we'll break out the tears. Right? We're going to break it out. Hogwatch. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to go in deep on the Christmas hogs tomorrow. Okay? We are. Let's go. Oh, you ready? Dude, I am so sore, man. Oh, fuck, bro. I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know if it was my massage or I did do some raking, but my fucking body is beat, bro. Oh, let's go. Dude, my body is beat, bro. It is. Have myself a merry little Xmas. I will. Dude, you know what I've been grooving to? Lately, I've been minorly obsessed with Anne Margaret, like, dancing videos, dude. And, like, I don't know. I'm going through an Anne Margaret dancing phase. Now that we're, like, dancing every night, I've been going and watching, like, old classic fucking dance movies. Dude, some of that shit is crazy, bro. Like, they were doing some risque shit in the early days. I don't know what it was, man. Hollywood was really pushing some fucking limits. Dude, she could fucking groove, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? She could groove, dude. Seriously. I had no idea. I had no idea, like, how, I don't know. I mean, I know it was like post Elvis, right? And she was rumored to be with Elvis, but they were really like pushing the limits of like television standards and shit back then. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna put on some music while we wait. I'll be back in 1 sec. Let me go to the bathroom before the big dance on, all right? Hang tight.
Cling to what you're giving. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Yeah, what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pain. Hey, I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. You, I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey, I just wanna change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating.
We ready? Let's go. Time to get that groove on, baby. Dude, let's go. And you are welcome, Social Butterfly. Just so you know, though, guys. Dude, this is our last week of the late nights. All right, we are moving 8 to 11 p.m. Okay, starting on January 1st. I will do the occasional late night on, like, the weekends, probably. Right? But we are moving. We are moving to earlier time slots. So those of you who can only see me late, you're gonna have to watch replays. And like we are going in search of like more eyeballs, right? With the occasional late night. All right. That is coming. Eventually, what'll happen is when we're big enough to where I have an editor, then I will start early and probably stream late. Because at that point, someday I'll be big enough to where I don't have to do all the editing myself, right? But we are going to be going earlier. All right, we're going earlier. I'm going to try and get a regular schedule. I want to be able to make more content, and I can only do that if I get on a more regular schedule. So that's what's got to happen. If I want to make more content, I got to get on a little bit on days, right? Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Oh! Oh! All right, here we go, baby! Time for a little deja vu! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Got a lot of choices, I got a lot of ways
I'm coming up slowly. This feeling that I have now, almost a bit holy. An notion that I will make it out somehow.
If you dare, is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them. What I say, I feel far away. Let's go! Big up to you too. Happy Christmas. I will drown in pink. Yeah. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pink. Oh. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Good night.
Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't want to hang around. I'd rather be found. It gets better. I wonder my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down. I'd rather be found. It gets better. I wonder my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about you. I would never be